Hello, and welcome to the second Sunday in Advent. Now, before we begin, I want to acknowledge that several people have reached out and asked about the visible paralysis around my mouth. And I want to assure you that I haven't had a stroke, but due to some lower facial spasms, I have had a medical treatment that causes temporary paralysis around the muscles of my mouth. It doesn't hurt, and I am okay, and I genuinely thank you for your concern about it. Now, on to this week's theme for the second Sunday in Advent, which is peace. Blessed are the peacemakers, Jesus said, and peace I leave you, my peace I leave you, not as the world gives peace. So let not your hearts be troubled nor afraid. And as usual, Jesus was saying more than appears on the surface. Jesus was no stranger to pain and suffering, conflict, accusations, threats, and actually ultimately death, at least for 3 days. But it seems there was a deep stillness within him. And I believe that part of the reason for that stillness was because he knew that he came from God and that he was going back to God. And when he said, I leave you peace, he was also saying, you are God's child too. And when you grasp who you really are, there can be no shaking your peace. But how can we find that peace that takes deep root within us? Sometimes it can seem like we're assaulted on all sides by news of hurricanes and floods, fires, pandemics, by a world that seems more and more angry. And most of us are also assaulted by voices from within, critical, judgmental voices that disrupt our sense of peace. Having a peace that passes understanding doesn't mean that we are untouchable. It just means that we know where our strength and comfort and courage resides. And we can nourish a deep reservoir of peace so that it's always readily available. It's not easy. And for some, there may have been so much trauma and chaos in life that the very idea of peace is just a pipe dream. But peace is a practice. And part of that practice may necessitate talking to someone else, maybe to a counselor, a spiritual guide, a friend. It may also mean retreating for a while to see clearly the obstacles that keep you from having peace. Peace is a practice. And it's not some pale ascetic vision, but it's a robust practice of people helping one another, of reaching out to those who differ from us, who believe differently from us, and praying for and with those of opposing views. Now, I'm not naive enough to think that we can have peace every day, all day long. We're human still. But I am convinced that we can practice peace by becoming aware, mindful enough to catch, to embrace, to cherish those moments of being surprised by peace. Can you think of a time when you were aware of peace in your life? Right now, on this Peace Sunday, I encourage you to think about such a time or a place. But if your world has been so chaotic that you can't even think of a peaceful time, then I would encourage you to dream a little. What might it look like if there were a small place of peace in your life? Now, I've added a bonus this week in the form of a guided imagery meditation. So check it out after this video. It's very short. And as always, I welcome your comments, your questions, your likes, and your subscriptions. So bye for now, and I hope to see you next time.